Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races here at Laurel Park, presented by Fidelity First. We're live here at the Laurel Park paddock. I'm Stanton Salter, our odds maker Keith Fustel here as Thursday kicks off the 4-day race weekend, and it's the big week of the year. All race fans and all sports fans, for that matter, wait for this race. One of the biggest moments in sports, the biggest 2 minutes of sports. Of course, the Kentucky Derby down there at Churchill. Can't make it at Churchill. We'll have all the action right here for you at Laurel Park.
Oh yeah, I'll be heading out tomorrow morning bright and early to head down and cover Oaks Day, and then right into the Derby. And I'm hoping the weather takes a turn for the better down there. It looks like it's could be some rainy days ahead of us Friday and Saturday in Louisville. But yeah, good cards on tap down there. Tough races, the Derby. Absolutely, I think wide open. You could really have a bomb superfecta trifecta payout in here. But a good field. We're going to go through it in a little bit. But this weekend's card at Laurel. Again, sure. Thursday, all the way through. I just got done Saturday's card doing the lines, and what a marathon card that is. That 12 race card we have here.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. Big race card Saturday with 12 races. We'll have an early first race post time Saturday for you at 12:15. So get here early, enjoy all the action here, and watch all the Derby action from Churchill. We have a nice carryover today in that Rainbow Pick 6 today, a little shy of 7,500. So if you can't make it to Churchill Downs or the Belmont Park or even to Pimlico for Preakness, you can celebrate all the Triple Crown days right here at Laurel Park. We have the Triple Crown days at Laurel Park. We have the buffet in the Silks Room at Laurel Park, $15 for one day or $35 for all 3 days. Go to laurelpark.com for all the information on how you can enjoy your Triple Crown days right here at Laurel Park. The next Thursday, we're a week away from the Preakness meet at Pimlico, the second oldest racetrack in the country. It's always great to get back there to Baltimore's Pimlico Racecourse.
I'm looking forward to it. Look forward to it every year. Right down the road from where we live, so I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it. The Preakness should be a good time.
Yeah, nostalgic track indeed. And speaking about nostalgia, don't forget about Mother's Day coming up here a week from this Sunday. Come enjoy Mother's Day at Pimlico with us, May 14th. Make your reservations now in that terrace dining room, one of the best dining rooms in horse racing, right overlooking the track there. I love the dining room at Pimlico. So reservations are required. Go to pimlico.com and think about Mom on Mother's Day. Bring her out to the track at Pimlico. The 142nd Preakness Stakes, that's 2 weeks from this Saturday. Everybody's favorite Triple Crown race. And, of course, we'll get a better picture of the 3-year-olds after Saturday. But there's some other fresh 3-year-olds waiting for the Preakness.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got a few that aren't going to make it into the Derby, so maybe some ones around here that might sneak in. We've seen racing. So, yeah, that's always, after the Derby, it's a real guessing game. You know, the stakes coordinator, Coley, and the rest of the gang in the racing office, they got to work hard, come up with that field, and it's not an easy job, but I'm looking forward to it. I always like doing the Preakness line. Good stuff.
We'll get a Preakness flashback from Coley Blind here in about a minute, because there's 15 stake races Preakness weekend at Pimlico. 15 of them, 7 I believe on Friday, 8 on Saturday. Basically all Friday and Saturday is all stake races. You have 8 graded stakes. So go to Preakness.com to get your tickets. There's the lineup for the Budweiser infield, fast in the infield. You have Sam Hunt with special guest Zed on the main stage. On the DeKuyper stage, Good Charlotte, local band Band, as well as Low Cash and High Valley. All the seats sold out. Last year we had a record attendance last year, over 130,000, so don't get shut out for the People's Race, the People's Party. Go to Preakness.com for all your infield tickets and all your reserve seats as well for the 142nd Preakness Stakes. So talking about Coley Blind, we'll get to him in a second. Irish War Cry, that's the local Maryland horse, trained by a good guy, Grand Motion. We know him well. He got his start here in Maryland. He's won the Derby before with Animal Kingdom. He's been on the stage before. We saw his horse work at Fair Hill last Sunday. Let's show you that again here. He went 6 furlongs and won 13-1. He did it very easily. Here's him finishing up in the stretch last Sunday at Fair Hill. Keith, your thoughts on the work?
Oh, just, pretty effortless. Graham was talking about the spacing of the works, how he likes to go ahead and do the breezes, and this horse has done everything as expected. He's maturing. I think they might have changed a little bit of equipment on him, maybe the bit a little bit on this horse, some changes, but he looks really good right now moving forward. And we talked about Graham before. He's not a guy that just throws caution to the wind. He dots the I's, crosses the T's, and he's going in with it. He knows he's got a solid chance with this horse.
And that was Rajiv Mirage aboard Irish War Cry. Let's talk about the Derby real quick. He's about third choice, going to break from the 17 hole at 6-1. He'll be my pick. I know everybody calls me a homer, but I think he's a good-looking horse. By Curlin, of course, the Preakness winner. I think he has enough tactical speed. He'll be out there in the clear. He can put himself wherever he wants with Rajiv Mirage. So I'll go with Irish War Cry, my early Derby pick. Your thoughts on the field?
I'll join the bandwagon. I like him in the spot. I think he gets a great draw. Post 17, not a lot is put into it, but unless he's just obliterated out of the gate, and let's hope he's not, he's going to be able to draft in a really good position, target the speed up ahead of him. You'll also have some other types. Guy you might go ahead and send a horse to set it up for their other runners, but if he's maturing the way I think he is, he's going to relax off of it. I think the breeding suggests he can get the distance. He's going to be one of my key horses. I like Guinevere as well. If you like Irish War Cry, I think you've got to come back and stick with Guinevere. You just don't toss him off of his last race. Here's a horse. He was in contention at the quarter pole 2 races back, so I don't think the mile and a quarter he can't get himself in position by the time they leave the far turn with a big move.
Of course, your Arkansas Derby winner, Classic Empire, that's your 4-1 favorite. Always dreaming for Todd Pletcher, your Florida Derby winner. He's 5-1, so some phenomenal betting opportunities in the Derby.
When you're talking about a horse like Guinevere, where they have him line 15-1.
Wow. And going a mile a quarter.
What would he have been if he won his last race?
Right. And he was a good
been
third.
Right there.
He was a good third
he'd been
behind.
One of the favorites. He'd probably be 5-6-1 on the line. So you're getting a great prize.
So, all right, so we'll have all the action for you here this Saturday for the Kentucky Derby as we kick off the Triple Crown. Coley Blind, he's been around here for a long time, used to work on the starting gate here in Maryland way back in the day. He's seen a bunch of Preaknesses, and him and the racing office, they do a phenomenal job getting all the nominations for the stakes on Preakness weekend. 15 stake races over the 2 days, 8 of them graded. Coley Blind has seen a lot of action on Preakness Day. Here's one of his memories in our first installment of Preakness Flashbacks.
Well, actually, I've seen 4 Triple Crown winners. Secretariat, Seattle Slew, Affirmed, and, of course, American Pharaoh. I've been very fortunate because I'm old.
What was your favorite Triple Crown winner?
Secretariat. I mean, I got chills watching him run that race, and at the quarter pole, Ron just moved a little bit. His stride just expanded. I mean, he just took off, and he was doing it with such ease. And the funny part about that was before we had the anchor fence in the infield. All we had was a hedge, and all these people came running through the hedges up to the inside rail of the dirt course. And they had a guy actually, waving programs as he was coming around a turn. And he went a little wider than he probably would have normally because he could see what was going on. And when he just gave him that little nudge, I mean, it was just thrilling to watch.
All right, so that's Coley Blind, of course, talking about Big Red Secretary. He also has a great story about the infamous Preakness Genuine Risk, and it was a Codex, I believe. A Genuine Risk had to come. I think it was Angel Cordero on another horse, maybe Codex. Or I might be butchering this story altogether, but Genuine Risk had to come about 10 wide in the Preakness and cost her the win. So Coley Blind, a lot of great stories, and him and the racing office doing a great job getting all the nominations for 15 stake races Preakness weekend, with 8 of those graded.
Yeah, that's a tough job. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're in there and you're dealing with horsemen. You're dealing with other people working in from around here. He's dealing with everyone from around the country. But they get it done each and every year, and they put together a great card. And I'm sure it's going to be another stellar card when we get over to Pimlico for Black Eyed Susan Day and Preakness Day.
And nice job there by Gabby Gaudet. That's the first installment of many Preakness flashbacks she got for you. We also caught up with trainer Mike Trombetta talking about Sweet Northern Saint, Ferris Allen talking about Miraclewood, Kevin Boniface talking about the pewter testimony. So we'll be showing you those for the next couple weeks as we get you ready for the 142nd Preakness Stakes. All right, let's get to some action today. We had a nice carryover, a little shy of 7,500 in that Rainbow Pick 6. Starts in race 4 today on the 9-race program. 5 races on the grass today. We're on the Exceller in the bowl game grass courses today. There's the carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6. Try to show you the weather here. It's I was going to say 70s, son. It might be in the 60s and a little breezy right now, but we'll be fast and firm. The turf course just looks absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, it's pretty lush right now, Stan.
Yep.
No doubt about it. We know we've got some rain on the horizon. Let's hope it stays away because they've got some great betting cards ahead on Friday and Saturday.
All right, let's get right to it here in race 1. Race 1's going to kick off that rolling super high 5, low 15% takeout in the super high 5. Race 1 also starts the early pick 5, mandatory payout here on the early pick 5, and there we go, rolling super high 5, 15% takeout every race with 7 or more betting interest, so keep your eye on that. Also, race 1 starts the early pick 5, low 12% takeout. It's a mandatory payout here on the early pick 5. I have a ticket. Let's take a look. A $36 play for me. My best bet is going to come later on in the card, so I couldn't exactly find a key horse here on the early pick 5. I'll go 3 deep here in race 1. It's a nice maiden special weight, 5.5 furlongs on the Exceller grass course. I'll go 2 deep in races 2 and 3, going 3 deep there in the 4th, and then race 5 is a nice maiden special weight going 2 turns on the Exceller. I'll use the 1 War Baby. I like War Baby at 12-1 for the Hall of Famer Jonathan Shepard. Then I'll use the 3-point system for Grand Motion and Trevor McCarthy. So some nice early races here for this early pick 5.
Absolutely. That race 5, I was talking to somebody earlier today about it. The maiden on the grass for fillies and mares 3 and up. That was one of the wackiest line I've ever had to make.
What, for race 5?
Like a 9-2 favorite, 4-6-1 shots. I mean, if you're going to get value in a race, you're going to get it today. This card is full of it. In that race, if anybody, you can't take less than 3-1, 4-1 on anybody in that field. It's that competitive.
I'm glad you said that because race 5 we're talking
Race
about,
5,
I think it is wide open. So that's why I'm just taking a shot with Shepard at 12-1.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yep.
So, all right, let's get right to it here. Get this thing tied on here. The breeze is blowing everything around here. All right, race 1, here we go. Maiden special weight. Maidens 3 and up, 5.5 furlongs on the Exceller turf course rails at 70 feet. I'm going to go with the first-time starter, the 9 Leather Goods from the Hammy Smith barn. Did we really need to give you any stats about Hammy Smith first-time starters? Really? I mean, he's been doing it for 30 years. He just win. He had a first-time starter win last week, and he's 20% recently with a nice positive ROI. Not much pedigree to go by here.
No.
The Dam didn't run. This is her first foal. This horse is sired by the Florida Derby winner, Dialed In. I like the works down there at Hammy's brother's place, Corey Smith's Farm, Ellery Training Center in South Carolina. Also a recent Bullet 5 furlong drill, April 18th here at Laurel Park. You get Sheldon Russell aboard. I'll take a shot here on the 9 Leather Goods at a decent price, probably.
Absolutely. You can, you avoid Hammy in new spots, at your peril. This is when they get them ready. They spot them well when they bring them up from Ellery. They get a good gauge. And it looks like this horse is working well down there. I think he's going to be a factor, no doubt about it. I think Bronx Sandman, this is an angle we talked about. I usually don't like the horses that are running well in the dirt transferring to the turf course, but Gary Capuano did it last week with Rodon. I think he can do it again. A good return try from September to April 8th last time, right behind Metallic. This horse took a lot of pressure around the turn. He was ridden hard. He kept on going in a real gritty performance. Comes back to the turf course. I know his turf numbers don't match up with some of these other horses, but that's when he was 2. You see Undulated, he keys up against Undulated, Great Bulls of Fire. These horses come back and run well at stakes. I like Bronx Sandman to sit to trip him just off of it. A price horse, I know he's getting a little bit of play now. This horse is going to float up, stay in the 6 Smile for Eternity by, kind of a stallion I don't know a whole lot about, Eternal Star. But Polish numbers on the bottom side. This horse ran very well at 24-1.
Sure.
Took a lot of pressure, was closest towards the rail that day on the dirt, and gave way very late. This horse could go a long way this afternoon on this turf course.
Faith Leatherman, small outfit, stable to Pimlico. She's won a couple races this meet, so you'll get good value on that one. I'll throw the 10 in there as well. First-time starter from the Alan Goldberg barn, 3-year-old son of Medaglia d'Oro. The dam didn't run, but this guy's a half-brother to Radio Row. Made over 84,000. Some good works up there at Goldberg's Tribe Private Training Center. And you get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, aboard. I'll take a shot here. I like the outside post here for both the 9 and the 10 I have on top.
All right, good field now, Stan. Let's move to 2. I know we're rolling along, but
Yeah.
that is a good, strong opener.
All right, here we go. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. I know you like the early pick 4. You have a ticket here. Let's take a look, Keith.
All right, we're going a little bit higher in cost than normal in this early pick 4. I think it's up to $48 if I'm not mistaken, guys. If we got that graphic, there we go. 3 deep in race 2. We're just showing you how wide open these races are all the way through today's racing card. 4, 7, and 8 to get it started. 4 deep in race 3. Another little tricky 5.5 sprint on the turf for fillies and mares. Persnickety is the one to beat in there, though. Going to be tough, I believe, with Trevor. 2 deep. We're going to try and narrow it down a little bit in race 4 with a 2 and 4 Mongolian King, reported first time gelding. Start jumping, I think, is going to improve second time on the barn change. And there we go, a little spread in race 5. I'd like to go 7 or 8 in there. Can't do it. 1, 3, 4, and 6. We're pretty close on those horses in that race, Stan, I believe, in race 5.
All right, I like your ticket. The pick 4s have been getting played very, very well recently. Some big $30,000, $35,000 pulls in the pick 4s to jump on in here. It's a nice starter allowance optional, claiming $25,000 for filly and mares going 6 furlongs. Video spotlight here on the Trombetta horse coming off the layoff. The 8, Everything Magic's going to be my top pick. Here's her win against Allowance Company last June at Pimlico. And she's now 4. She's by Street Sense. She had a nice maiden win at Monmouth last May when she was a 3-year-old. Here's a nice allowance win at Pimlico against a tough field here. She's been away since last June. Now she comes back, making her comeback here, in for the tag 25. Maybe that's a little cause for concern, but she gets a good outside post with Pimentel aboard. I'll go with the 8, Everything Magic, my top pick.
Think they rolled out of New Jersey and came south back on May 29th of 2016 with a little money in her pocket.
From
Put the blinkers on at 15-1 and
Sure.
gallops by 9.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Our
would
Larry
say.
Johnson special.
So 2 for 2 with the blinkers. Not a run, no protection here though, Stan. In for the tag, right? I've got this horse in for the tag.
Yep.
Aggressive move. Yeah, keys up against 5 was a boy. A good horse there. Lead us to the bar. I think is going to be the favorite for Rudy Rodriguez. Here's a question: a negative stat: 4 for 41 allowance to claiming on the dirt. This horse almost looks too good. It comes off an allowance win up against State Breds. Sat a trip, got in a little trouble from mid-turn, almost mid-stretch, and surge clear. Looks like a giveaway to me, 8-5. I'm not going to take her on top at that price. I'll take a price with the 7. Let's go with AP Majetsic for Phil Schoenthal. Little stamina builder up at Parks. First time in this barn, the blinkers go on. This is a good move for this barn. Almost at a 30% rate. ROI over $4. Route the sprint is strong for this barn. This horse has run well over the Laurel Park surface. Keys up against its journey. He's going on to run competitively in 2 other than company. I think if the speed, we get enough flow up front, this horse could be dangerous from somewhere mid-pack. And a sharp workout. Looks like that must have been with the blinkers on April 29th, the half in 47-2.
All right, well, you sniffed out a good one here. I might have overlooked this filly. Phil Schoenthal, strong outfit here. Carlos Quinones, he can get the job done. So nice price there on Keith's top pick. We both agree on the 4 and the 3 as well. The 4, we mentioned the heavy favorite for Rudy Rod.
Yeah.
How about the 3? One first off the claim for the Hall of Famer King Leatherberry. Well spotted here today in his starter allowance with Javion Toledo aboard.
No doubt. Look at that King. One last start, 20 horse sample, 35% over a $3 ROI. She's going to have to run faster, though. I mean, this horse lead us to the bar, and Everything Magic have shown, they can get into the 70s right around 80. So she's going to have to pick it up a few lengths if she's going to beat these the top 2 or 3.
All right, let's take a look here at race 3. Nice, wide open, claiming 20,000 for filly mares 3 and up. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game with the rail at 17 feet. I'll take a shot here with the 5 Persnickety for trainer Corey Jensen. So this horse is going to be your favorite. You get the leading rider Trevor McCarthy aboard. McCarthy was aboard last out, a good third against 2 other than optional, claiming 20,000. So she's well spotted today. 4 for 7 in the money here on the Laurel grass with a win. I think gets a good trip from the 5 hole. She'll be your likely favorite, and I think tough to beat here.
Agreed, Stan. Wolfie with plenty of speed, just too much transferring, and a new barn going from synthetic to the turf should have some speed. Maybe a little Stella, even exchanging secrets, puts the blinkers on for Lacey Gaudet. For Snickety, she's proven. She's run against much more seasoned turf sprinters, filly mare turf sprinters. Look who the company lines. Daylight Ahead. We saw her come back and run big. Who else? Royal Renee, who got the best of Daylight Ahead the other day.
Yep. 2
really, really good sprinting fillies and mares. So Persnickety, I think is gonna make a good run from off the pace with Trevor.
All right, Keith and I in agreement here on our top pick. You have the 9 in there for the exact, exchanging secrets from the Lacey Gaudet barn. First start here in the new barn. She has some good stats with horses in her barn for the first time.
And that's what kind of put me over the top there, Stan. The blinkers on angle has worked. The first time with the trainer, on the turf has done well. Just going back and keying up horses, Ela back in April at Gulfstream, April 2016. This filly, she's 8 for 10 in the money on the turf with 2 wins. She's proven the blinkers on a little bit more attention. She'll get a good tracking trip from the outside post.
All right, then we both agree on the 4 here in race 3. Dukas from the Rudy Rod barn. This horse had some good efforts sprinting on the turf last summer here at Laurel Park. A decent third coming from off the pace. Won a 6 furlong turf sprint up at Belmont last May. So I think gets back to her preferred surface today and preferred distance.
Agreed. She looks like right now at the age of 5, she's a better mare on the turf, and I think even sprinting, maybe even going longer. So she's going to be a threat from the back of the pack.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll start with race 4. Race 4 kicks off the pick 6 today. Nice carryover, a little shy of 7,500. We'll start with that when we come back.
In the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, either way, you win. Have a stake in the race with ExpressBet.
All right, welcome back. Today the race is presented by Fidelity First. We're live here at the Laurel Park paddock as today kicks off our 4-day race weekend, Kentucky Derby week. Lots of action here today. Nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6, $7,485. It's been getting played well recently. Expect at least $5,000 new money put into it today. Take a shot. Race 4 also kicks off the middle Pick 4. I have a Pick 6 ticket, though. Let's take a look here. Very affordable $38.40 play. I have a single on this Pick 6 ticket. I'll go 3 deep here in race 4, going 4 deep in race 5. That's a wide open maiden special weight 2-turn grass race. I'll go 2 deep in races 6 and 7. Then I'm going to key my best bet of the day, race 8. Nice allowance feature here for 3-year-olds. I'll go with the 3. I'm sorry, I make that the 2. Dancing with Maud, looking for his 3rd win in a row here at Laurel Park with Fergal Lynch aboard for Timmy Keefe. So I'll key on the 2, Dancing with Maud there in race 8. Then going 4 deep there in the finale. So a $38.40 play. You can see Keith and I's tickets on the laurelpark.com website. Also on that laurelpark.com website, lots of news about Maryland racing, and we have some audio from that Grand Motion work with Irish War Cry last Sunday. So check it out on laurelpark.com. Let's take a look here at race 4. We're going to a flat mile on the main track, claiming 15,000. 3-year-olds and upward. We have a video spotlight here on the 4. Start Jumping. Sheldon Russell aboard the 7-year-old for trainer Jason Egan.
Yeah, Start Jumping. A horse that's kind of been able to change his styles within the last year and a half. He used to be a speed horse. Here he is out of the gate. Gets bumped in a little bit tight that afternoon, a little steady. Start Jumping kind of spotted the field a few lengths that afternoon on the 9th of April. And what I like is the move here. We're going to pick him up towards the back of the pack. Jockey Toledo got him to settle, and he makes a nice little run. And this is a good field stand. I think he's taken a slight drop off of this optional 20. He's dead down on the rail, getting a good trip off the dual, kind of Maricos, Nicoredalic rocks. But what he does is he stays dead on the inside pretty much every step of the way. Looks poised. It looks poised to make a run from the 3/8 pole into the stretch here, and he just gets bogged down. You see what the leaders do. They drift. They want to go out and about that 4-5 path. The winner comes way out. Danny, my boy, who came back to win the other day. This horse does not leave pretty much the inner rail the entire trip. I think he just flattened down on the worst part of the surface. That's good enough, guys. I think today with a subtle drop in class, there's not a ton of speed. I think you can get a little bit closer with a good break and wear him down. I think you'll get a square price somewhere in that 9-2, 5-1 range and start jumping.
Well, you have to respect the connections here. Sheldon Russell got his first win back last Sunday. I like the barn here, Jason Egan. I overlooked the horse, but we both do agree on the two, Mongolian King. First off the claim for trainer Kieran McGee. First time gelding angle here today. I like that. He gets a top rider, Alex Centron, on board. Here's an update on the trainer's title with 4 days of racing to go. Kieran McGee is your leading trainer, was 26. Claudio Gonzalez was 25. Linda Rice, she's right behind both of them with 23 wins. So this will be an interesting race here in the final weekend. Can Kieran get the job done here with Mongolian King?
Certainly can. Why not? I mean, Kieran, a little nice move, a bump up in class off the 7,500. Had this horse entered on the turf, was scratched, picks this spot, gets the right kind of spot. He could be on the engine from the inside. Never stop looking is another major player for Claudio. He's going to get a lot of play in here. Look at the last two races. A head turn at the start, hit gate, in tight at the break. He's having some gate issues here. He needs to come out clean. The mile is going to be the question mark. Right now he's been running 5.5, 6 furlongs. Is he going to be able to kind of sustain his move from just off the pace is going to be the key for Never Stop Looking.
All right, and we both agree on the 7. Mythos been away since February 11th. That was a good-looking win, though. It was against a lot easier company, 10,004 life, but 1x4 got a nice 78 buyer for trainer Jose Corrales. It's a much tougher field today.
It is a tougher field, but you go back once again. I mean, he's faced allowance coming. I know we're going with the way back machine, but he's beaten the likes of Gursky, faced the likes of John Jones, Holy Soldier, some good fields. He hopped at the break last time. It was left for dead. He just drug the rider out wide to contention and galloped at a big price. We had him that day at 880. I don't think we're going to get that price this afternoon, but what do you do? Big race. Now we haven't seen him in a couple months. Does he regress? Does he move forward? Yeah, it's a real guessing game, but I wouldn't get beat by him in my multi-race exotics. Yeah.
Nice open 15,000 claimer to kick off that Rainbow Pick 6 here today in Race 4. Race 5 is going to kick off the late Pick 5. No carryover today, but as always, an industry low 12% takeout on the late Pick 5 starts in Race 5. This is a real nice maiden special weight for affiliate mares 3 and up. Going a mile and a 16th on the Exceller turf course with the rail at 70 feet. And like we've been talking about, a wide open race. Why not? I'll go with the Hall of Famer Jonathan Shepard at 12-1 here for this 4-year-old daughter, Lemon Drop Kids. I love the Lemon Drop Kids on the grass. This filly, she's had a little brief freshening. Hasn't run since early February down there at Gulfstream. She wasn't running too bad down there at Gulfstream. She gets Steve Hamilton, one of your top 5 riders aboard. Cowboys should get a nice ground-saving trip from the inside. This horse did beat Maiden Special Weight Company last June at Parks, going 7.5 furlongs, was disqualified from the purse money in that race. So she's run some big efforts before. Let's see how she does here coming off a brief freshening for the Hall of Famer.
Tough little horse to line. I've got lined at 12. Could definitely come down off of that considering the initial look at the buyer figures. Was 27-1 though last time. Hasn't been really bet at all the last 3 times. But as you say, comes out of a key race at Gulfstream Park. The 4th place finisher did come back to win a maiden special weight at Tampa. That was first time blinkers. We're going to go second time blinkers a day. A little shortening should enhance this horse's run, but there's not a lot of speed in here. Maybe Trevor gets aggressive. This horse point system is going to be my top selection for Grand Motion. The Broken Valve filly was caught wide every step of the way into a lone speed type Shug McGahee first. Or I think this horse, you want to win for 20,000, you want to win for 40,000.
Sure.
I want to win for 40, right? 40,000.
There you go. Get a nice
little
race
tightener down at Tampa are going to come up and get the money today. The 3-point system.
All right, I respect that one. I'll use that one in the exacta. We both agree on the 6 as well, with pleasure from the Kelly Rubley barn. A decent 4th. Last out against Maiden Special Weight Company. Javion Toledo was aboard that day. He's back aboard. This 3-year-old daughter of Kate Blanco got in all kinds of trouble in that last race.
He was running a little squirrely upper stretch, maybe a little lugging, a little drift, then got caught in behind horses and was shot up. This horse did have run, is a definite user from somewhere probably about mid-pack the way this race is going to set up. I think they could be really kind of clumped going into the far turn. It'll be real interesting to see who takes the initiative and wants to go grab the lead.
All right, nice maiden special weight going 2 turns on the grass there in race 5. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. We're going a flat mile on the main track to start the late pick 4, claiming 10,003 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I'll go with the 2 asset allocation. Linda Rice, can she do it? Can she be the leading trainer? Mostly shipping in here for the meet. She's stabled here now at Laurel Park. She has a string of horses down here. She's 51% winners, 80% in the money. She's just 3 wins shy of Kieran McGee in asset allocation. She laid this horse in for maiden 16 last time, got the money, and now well spotted today for 10,002 life.
Yeah, 10,002 in life, the right aggressive move, inside kind of tactical speed, all blinged out. Another little protect move, good race for 12.5, then jam. Now back up the ladder for Lacey, who's going to sit a good trip. This is an interesting little race. Silver Starship is going to take plenty of play from the outside as well, but where's he been? I like Absolute Pinnacle for Mary Epler here. I turned to Bill after this horse ran last time. I said, I bet she runs this horse back on the dirt. I think he's bred better for dirt. Look at a 62 number on the turf. I think he can run better than that, transferring back second time in this barn, and I think he'll get an okay flow to stalk and pounce.
All right, I respect Mary Epler. I like the 4. I'll use that one in my exacta. We got the same 4 horses here, just in a different order, all blinged out in the 8. Silver Starship. Yep. Trevor McCarthy gets on that 4-year-old for trainer Trez Abbott. Hasn't won since January. Been freshened since then. That was a good-looking maiden win, though, against maiden 10. Got a 61 buyer in that win.
Yeah, he's kind of a grinding type. I think 48 internal fraction, that's probably about what we'll see this afternoon. But he's going to have to be dead fit because I don't think asset allocation or all blinged out are going to spit the bit anytime soon. This is going to be a grind through the stretch, so we'll see if he's fit enough off of this layoff to kind of outfinish the rest. At a short price, too.
All right, we got some better races to go here in this late pick 4. I like race 7, claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Never won 3 lifetime. Going a mile on the bowl game with the rail at 17 feet. I sent this one in late, so my apologies on that. Do we have the video spotlight here, guys, on Irish Inspired? One of my other ones was scratched, so I said, well, maybe we'll try to get this one. If we have it, play it. If not, let's talk about my top pick here. The 6 Irish Inspired 4-year-old filly by Patio Prado. Was wide, had a wide trip last out on a yielding turf course, early 8. Here it is. Here's Irish Inspired, the gray horse for trainer Mike Gorham on a yielding turf course on April 8th, wide on both turns, but a nice move around here. Around the far turn with Alex Centron. Gets the money with a long stretch stool. Centron back aboard today. I like the 6-1 price I'm getting here on the 6 Irish Inspired.
Yeah, I like the way that he went ahead and put her into contention, Stan. I mean, and this is another, she'll learn from this. Shortening up to a mile, not a lot of speed in this race. I think the same tactics are going to work again. She got back to her preferred surface. She handled the offgoing, no problem whatsoever here, and ground out and went switching to the left lead late. But she'll be a major player in race 7.
Should be a factor late. That's my top pick here. Your top pick here in race 7, going 2 turns on the grass.
I'll take a shot with the 1 Shifra Magician. I think she got just what the doctor ordered. A little dirt try from December to April. Good effort chasing Cursive, who kind of dictated the issue and went off by 5. Willing effort there. I go back to her races. Her buyers, they're okay. They work, and she's kept the right kind of company lines. I think Vars is going to be able to draft in, put her into a striking position by the time they hit the 3/8 pole, work out a trip from there. But this is a tough, contentious race. Race 7, I think Shifra Magician, I like the price. The way the Barnland Ashby doing very well right now, hitting in a clip close to 30%.
All right, we got the same 3 horses on top here. Forest Boys won on the 1 Shifra Magician last October here on the grass at Laurel Park. So this 5-year-old mare well spotted today. Boys should get a nice ground saving trip from the inside. We both like the 2 here. Street Miz, Marco Salazar having a nice meet. Laura Lee Glazier, she always gives you 100% effort, and she was aboard. Good second last out at this level.
Yeah, Shirley's Curls was just too much, was the favorite, and got a ground saving trip every step of the way. This horse had to go a little bit around in the little circuitous route. The only problem, I couldn't get past 0 for 21. Marco, he's going to get a win on the turf here soon. But, key up, Shifra Magician, if you like her, you've got to use the 2 as well. They key up in races in the back.
All right, then, okay, with the 10, I'll throw the 10 into my mix here for the lead and trainer. A big price here, just taking a shot here, 15-1 for Claudio Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets Katie Davis aboard. This horse won on the grass at Delaware last June, 15,000, 2 life, going 7.5 furlongs. Gets back second off the layoff today, has a race under her belt, gets back to the turf today at a big price, maybe the 10 Summers here.
She doesn't want the dirt at all. She's back to her preferred surface. And once again, looking at it, it could be one of the speed types in this race. And, a horse that's really threw me for a loop was the 7, Follow the Pedals, coming in for Jeremiah O'Dwyer. We saw this horse, run like a 1-9 shot when it won at 38-1 in its debut back in January. It's been all over the place. Turfway, Laurel back to Turfway at Mahoning Valley. Now comes back for 16.
Sure.
I can't figure this horse out.
Well-traveled.
Yeah, well-traveled.
All right, nice feature of the day here in race 8 to kick off the late daily double. It's for straight 3-year-olds, A other than allowance, optional claiming 50,000. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track. I know you like a horse in here. I love the 2, Dancing with Maul, but let's start with the 5, Parade of Nations. Here's a 3-year-old Gelding's win last out April 15th here at Laurel Park.
We saw Kieran reach in, grab one off Phil a while back, Face of Nations, done okay. Now he's going to try to do it with Parade of Nations. There it is, the key. This horse steadies along and checks for, I say about maybe 70 yards, close to a 16th of a mile behind Mr. October, another Kieran horse with the speed. What I like, though, he finally got this horse to relax, and at no point around the turn did he kind of look like a loser. Parade of Nations kicked in strongly when given his cue at the quarter pole, opens up 2 or 3 lengths in mid-stretch. Magician's Calendar, we pounded this exact to this day on the show, which was good, Stan. Nice payout. Magician's Calendar for Trombetta, good effort. But Parade of Nations is really running well, and I think the 7 furlong distance hit him right in the head. I have no problem turning right back to 6. I think he's going to sit another good trip and fire. All he's got to do is kind of hold form right now. This is not a huge jump for him, 25 to 50.
I like the 5 Parade of Nations too. I'll use that one in the exacta. The horse certainly honest. Only been off the board in 1 start out of 9 tries. So first off the claim for Kieran McGee. I used a 5 second. My top pick here is the 2, Dancing with Maud. 3-year-old by Dance with Ravens here for trainer Timmy Keefe. This is a nice 3-year-old. I like a nice win against Maiden Special Weight Company back in early March. Here's the win against Allowance Company, State Bred Allowance Company, on April 14th here. The horse got bumped around a little bit at the start. There he is down there on the inside in the beige and brown colors of Helen M. Pollinger. Nice win with Fergal Lynch aboard. He's won 2 in a row, looking for a third win in a row here. I don't like the inside post, but I think this horse has enough early speed where Fergal Lynch can get a good tactical position early on.
Yeah,
hopefully.
You break it down and look at it. Hike has got some speed. 2 Charlie's kind of tactical, but I think he'll be sent away there, the 2-horse Dancing with Maud, to get good early position. Last time out, he was sitting dead down on the inside track, so if he goes through, he'll flatten out. He didn't flatten out. He kept on going. Jock got him off the inside, and he did again nicely to hold off. It's the Journey, a closing horse for Trombetta. Yeah, Dancing with Maud. I mean, he's rolling right now.
And well spotted today. Well, it was a state-bred allowance race last out, now against Open Allowance Company. So he's got to keep going forward, making progress here. So 2-5 for me, 5-2 for Keith here in race 8. You like that? We both like the 6 here. 2 Charlies on the outside, coming off a little layoff here. This horse been running decent against Allowance Company up there at Aqueduct for Cal Lynch.
The horse has flashed some talent, kind of hidden behind the likes of Ella Reeb, Irish War Cry. Little freshening, from mid-March to now. Troubled up in New York. Yeah, he's going to be a major threat.
I might have overlooked the Linda Rice horse here. Had to break from the inside, sprinting on the turf in debut last out. That's a tough assignment to do, but the horse just came wide around, 6 wide around the far turn after getting steadied at the start and just won for fun. It's going to have to overcome the inside post again here today.
Yeah, check with Pimentel after that ride. He had to be scared to death. This horse was green as grass all over the place outside, but he was able to get up, did a nice job. Now we'll see if he'll transfer that kind of form. He's going to have to move up definitely considerably when moving to the dirt course.
All right, I'll use the 7 Bellows in the mix. Trevor McCarthy lands on this 3-year-old son of Hanson for Grand Motion, coming off a layoff. Had a nice maiden special weight win last November here at Laurel Park as a 2-year-old. This will be the first start as a 3-year-old here for the 7 Bellows. Let's turn the page. One more race to go. Race 9's a maiden claiming 25,000. filly and mare is 3 and up, 5.5 furlongs on the Exceller turf course with the rail at 70 feet. And I'll go with the 4, Perfect Party Girl from the Hugh McMahon barn. This filly looks to be the main early speed here. Jomar Torres aboard. We haven't seen this horse since early January. The last couple races were on the dirt. That's not her game. She showed some decent efforts against Maiden Special Weight Company last fall here at Laurel Park. They might be going right to the front here today.
I think that's going to be the tax. It has a little speed to the inside. My Sweet Autumn is intriguing too. The 2 is a maybe up price. I didn't use her on my top, but Binlow, I remember her. She was, I think, a Virginia bred. She was a pretty cracked turf sprinter in her own right. But Perfect Party Girl, this move back to the turf will pick her head up. She's going to go out there for the lead, quick as a flash, has some speed. She might get a little bit of pressure, but I think the 1, Conjecture, is a filly last time. A little awkward beginning, but she showed a big turn of foot when caught 4 and 5 wide into the turn, right behind a Proud Commander, who was a Larry Jones trainee, a heavy favorite that won off that day. A little shortening up. The inside post doesn't bother me here. I think if an okay break, she can go up and get position. And she's out of a mare Emerald Song that won both sprinting and routing on the grass. Capable horse here, the 1, Conjecture to price.
All right, just going to have to, I like Susan Cooney on the turf, just going to have to overcome that inside post. We both like the 11. Marie from Paris, first-time starter for trainer Mary Appler. Mary trained the dam, leaving on a jet plane. That horse made over 146,000, was 1 for 2 sprinting on the grass. And this girl's a half to Flying Lion, who made 61,000, 1 for 5 sprinting on the turf. Mary Appler gets her main man. Horacio Caramano is a good outside post and working well at Pimlico. I'll take a shot here on this Mary Appler first time.
No doubt. In a wide open kind of a race, you got that jockey trainer combo with a horse that's kin to a turf winner. I think you can't leave out.
All right, so a nice maiden turf sprint there in race 9. 5 races on the grass today. Nice carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6, a little shy of 7,500. That'd be a nice signer for you to start Derby weekend, right?
We could do some damage in Louisville with that. Yeah, let's go.
You and Marty McGee. All right, maybe I'll make the trip one of these years.
Yeah, you might have to call in sick tomorrow.
All right, well, you have to take show Gabby around down there.
All right.
All right, good luck here today. Dave Rodman coming up next. We'll have today's scratches and changes.
Good luck.